From a freaky giant mutant radioactive catfish to the bridge of death from which nobody came out alive, here are our top picks of what was discovered in Chernobyl. The Claw of Death. There is a machine in Chernobyl that could very even kill you with a single touch. Experts say that it is so radioactive, a mere touch will expose you to extreme radioactive content that will result in multiple organ failures. This killer claw was used in the cleanup after the disastrous event, and it picked up the pieces of uranium from the rooftop that exploded. The machine is lying abandoned in the middle of a forest. Why'd the workers leave it there? This is because they were evacuating the area very rapidly and must have been in a hurry to leave it there. Whatever the case is, this machine helped in the removal of radioactive contaminants, which would have been extremely catastrophic if not removed. Hospital room number 126. Those who are familiar with the gory details of the Chernobyl incident need no introduction about this hell room. The brave firefighters that were on the plant on that horrifying night were directly exposed to the lethal radiation. After these men exhibited intense symptoms of radiation, they were taken to the Pripyat hospital. Their exposed clothes, shoes, etc. were immediately removed and were dumped in hospital room number 126. Unfortunately, all of those fearless fighters shortly died after that fateful night. Many didn't even get the chance to say goodbye to their loved ones. To this day, nobody has dared to touch or remove them due to the dangerously high level of contamination. Mutated spiders. This stuff looks straight out of a comic book, but behold, as this is what comes after the most catastrophic nuclear calamity the world has ever witnessed. Many insect populations couldn't survive the hot zone and died, but the spiders of the area began mutating under the spell of immense radiation. Not even the spiders themselves, but the webs created by these spiders are also highly radioactive. This is the perfect example of how an animal can alter its internal systems under the influence of extreme emissions. The Bridge of Death. The most haunted place in all of Pripyat is this Bridge of Death. Those who don't know about this soul-stirring incident, let me tell you all that during that fateful night when the roof of the nuclear plant blew, the crash was followed by a huge beam of lightning. Many gullible people gathered on the bridge with their families to witness the scene, unaware that death loomed over them. Due to somewhat direct exposure, it was later reported that no one survived after witnessing the power plant fire from this Bridge of Death. Forgotten dolls. The scattered dolls throughout the whole exclusion zone are the reminder that this eerie place was inhabited by beautiful little children, only a few of which survived the horrific tragedy. Even these decades-old dolls have succumbed to radiation. Their vacant eyes tell us the story of an era that was cursed by the technological advancement made by humanity. These creepy dolls are now the only residents of this ghost town. Even the hospitals have many of them. That tells us the horrendous tales of what happened to these children after the cataclysmic aftermath. Control room of Reactor 4. History will always remember the control room of Reactor number 4 as the place where the biggest disaster of the world happened. During a routine scheduled test of the turbine system, the power reactor got out of control by rapidly causing the boiling of water, which in turn forced the steam to blow up the roof of the reactor. This was the place where a false decision was taken on the night of the 26th of April 1986, which influenced millions of people in the country. The government now has plans to convert this place into a visiting site. Special radiation suits will be provided, and you'll only be allowed to visit the area for approximately 5 minutes. While many will pass the opportunity, some daredevils will be up for the venture. The Elephant's Foot. 8 months after the accident, the workers working in the building of the power reactor discovered a startling substance. It's a massive black lump that was nicknamed the Elephant's Foot by the crew, and it was estimated to be almost 2.2 tons. Later, it was discovered that the huge lump was of corium, a lava-like fuel substance that is created in the core of a nuclear reactor during a meltdown accident. The thing is so dangerous that even being 30 seconds near it results in extreme dizziness and fatigue. If you wait for 2 minutes, the brain starts hemorrhaging, and the presence of just 5 minutes will surely result in death. Unfortunately, some innocent workers died when they tried to explore the mass. The Stubborn Grandmas. They say, home is where the heart is. You can verify this saying from these infamous ladies known as Chernobyl grandmas. When they were evacuating the city of Pripyat, some people were very reluctant to leave, but keeping their safety in view, the government ordered a compulsory evacuation. After some weeks or months, these babushkas, Russian for grandmother, returned back to their beloved homes that were nothing but a radioactive hot zone then. Not even a nuclear accident that was worth 400 nuclear bombs radioactivity could penetrate their spirits. There's a major belief that women who inhabit the area outlive their neighbors who resettled elsewhere. Well, this proves that happiness is the key to longevity. The Red Forest. The name of this forest was given due to the incredibly high population of pine trees there, and after the intense radioactive contamination absorbed by these trees, many of them died and the color of their trunk turned red. It covers the 10 square kilometers of the area surrounding the nuclear power plant. Soldiers and volunteers that were on duty after the incident had to bulldoze many trees and bury them in trenches so that it would not contaminate the water. To this day, this forest is deemed the most radioactive place on the entire planet. Freaky mutant catfish. The catfish present in the waters of Chernobyl are of massive size. Many say that the reason for this is the mutation caused in the aftermath of the explosion. As the whole habitat of these creatures is irradiated, all the food they eat, the water they breathe, they live in, the environment they reproduce in, all of this is the cause of their abnormalities. Another reason for their giant-like appearance is that they don't have any predators in the area, and the fish are fed regularly. Some can even weigh up to 40 pounds and live very long lives. The phenomenon can also be explained by the survival of the fittest theory. Radiation-eating fungus. Finally, a hope at the end of the tunnel after a grim phase of the disaster. The first thing to thrive after the nuclear incident was the fungi, and scientists have revealed that these fungi were produced as a result of immense radiation. These fungi thrive on it and use it as a feeding source by combining it with melanin, the skin pigment. This all means that this can be the key to our success, as this discovery could help us in the removal of this lethal radiation. They also sent this fungus to NASA for a space expedition, and it gave positive results to the radiation present in outer space. Fully functioning canteen. As many decades have passed since the incident, people go to the exclusion zone of Pripyat for scientific research or to document the place that has been abandoned for a long time now. The place is a ghost town, but the visitors would obviously need some supplies. So to overcome this problem, the people of the nearby area have constructed a fully functioning canteen in the nuclear power station canteen. It offers a wide variety of edibles including beetroot and cabbage soup, the national dish of Ukraine, pastas, potatoes, porridges, cakes, and many more. Don't worry, as the food available there is not radioactive. Room filled with gas masks. I'm sure this clip will give goosebumps to all who know what this represents. It's a picture of a room filled with hundreds of gas masks that children had to use in that harrowing tragedy. All these masks are proof that lots of little children used to inhabit this once lively town. They were kept during the Cold War era and designed to use in the case of nuclear, biological, or chemical attacks. But nobody had any clue that they would have to be used during the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. Today's open discussion is an artistic illustration of the giant ribbon worm. Ribbon worms have a red body and it squirts out a white web-like substance called a proboscis. The ribbon worm uses it while hunting, vomiting a feeding tube sheath from above its mouth, which is thick and sticky. It contains mucus that has neurotoxins to paralyze its prey. And yet, some of these worms are also found in Chernobyl. But no, they haven't grown to a giant-like size. Well, that's all guys for today. Thank you for watching the video. And if you guys found it interesting, I would much appreciate it if you'd comment down below about the video and leave a thumbs up. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting updates related to our latest videos.